up on Leech Lake. We spent a good 4, 5, 6 hours pre-fishing, just scanning, trying to find big boulders, kind of isolated off the big structure, usually in 10 to 15 feet of water. This one was right away in tournament morning. I lost a good 4.5 pounder probably. Broke my line right at the boat. Yeah, got a good look at it. It was definitely a big one. That one sucked in the first 5 minutes of the tournament, but it happens. This one's off that same hump there. We definitely found the life. They were everywhere on this hump. Like every rock had a fish or two, but getting him to bite was tricky. I think I caught all of them on a drop shot with a Berkeley flatworm on there. It definitely seemed to be the trick, but what do I know? I only caught 5 fish, so that one was, I think that was the biggest fish of our tournament. It was like a 4.5 pounder, solid fish. That was still in the first hour. We definitely thought we had a bag going there. We had the potential for sure.
Oh my God, you wasn't even.
We just couldn't get many of them to bite.
That's insane. Oh my God. That was nuts. I thought the same thing. I was like, why?
It really seemed like finding life was the key out there. There'd be a lot of areas that just didn't have any fish, but it looked the exact same on the graph and on the live scope and everything. But the areas that had them, they were definitely stacked up, where each boulder had 3 or 4 fish on it. This was a small one I caught off that same reef. Just a 1 pounder. I think it was 13 inches, but unfortunately it ended up staying in the bag. That big one would have definitely been a big call over this one.
Apparently. That was so random. Even a 2 pounders fight like 5s.
In the morning especially, it was really tough to get them to move off boulders. It seemed like a lot of them you wouldn't even see in the live scope until they bit. This one was on a different reef, same amount of life on it. I think this was a good 3.5 pounder. It really seemed like them smallmouth were keyed in on crayfish because everyone we caught was spitting up a bunch. But I got most of my bites on a flatworm, so. During practice we got a lot of bites on a tube, but the way you gotta fish at it so slow, and I wanted to really fish these boulders fast, so I switched to a drop shot to get down there faster, get in front of as many fish as possible. We were only spending like 2 or 3 casts on each boulder because we were just going for the active fish because there were so many fish on these flats. I just wanted to get in front of as many as possible. So I was fishing fast, making a couple accurate casts from a long distance on every boulder I could find, but then moving quickly and not getting hung up on one fish. This one was only a 3 pounder. Definitely helped the bag out a lot. We ended up weighing in 15 pounds for 5 fish, but we had a 1 pounder and 1 2 pounder in there. Our biggest 3 were all upper 3s or 4.5. When you're fishing for these smallmouth, especially the big ones, having the right setup is so important because they fight so hard and they fight so sporadic. They'll come up and jump 1 second, and next they dive down straight to the bottom. They got so much momentum. You could easily break a line like I did right away in the morning. You have to get the right setup and have everything dialed in. to land these fish. This one might have been a 2-pounder I caught off a boulder.
Yeah.
Later in the day, you could see all the fish come up off the boulder a little bit. They were sitting on top of the boulders, which I think that's where we struggled because we didn't adapt enough, I don't think. We tried throwing some minnow baits, and they would definitely come chase it, but they wouldn't bite it. And I just don't think I have that bait dialed in enough. I think I need to just throw some off the bottom to try to get them to bite. But we didn't get soon enough, I guess. This is a big pike my dad got. Good 30-incher out on me. I feel like if I had the confidence enough to throw that minnow bait a little longer, or maybe something up higher in the water column, get him to chase it and try to convince him to bite, maybe we would have got 1 or 2 more bites, which we would have really needed in that tournament. I think this fish was end of the day. I ended up catching 1 more, but it was gut hooked and it wasn't much bigger than the last. This one I got snagged on a boulder. And we went up there, and the fish was still on it after it got off the boulder. It really seems like when you're fishing these boulders like this, your first cast or 2 is the most important, because after 1 or 2 casts, they really shut down. Like they know what's going on. If you don't get them on that first cast or 2, I don't think you're gonna get them unless you have a secret bait or something.